How do I stay in long-term employment as someone living with autism, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, ADHD, depression, anxiety, dyslexia, PTSD, CPTSD, bipolar, and a mother of two? How do I have a work-life balance and I'm in long-term employment? Is, first of all, I had to find my foundations. And this is a very ugly process that every single, no matter who you are, no matter what spectrum you think you're on, every single neurodivergent goes through this. It is an ugly process, and it's called trial and error, and where everything we step up to do, rejection, bad things, miscommunication happens, and it's horrible. But it's what makes us neurodivergent, because we're so diverse to other people that we need our own diverse ways. So when you having an awareness on that's going to happen to you, and finding the things that are the good moments, that is happening well for you, and capturing them and elevating and increasing those things in your life, and keeping more of a sight on those good things and those small little good things that pop up, that starts to make those foundations. And once you have those foundations, what I do to stay in long-term employment is as my work increases, as my community matters increases, as the things I'm doing and my work increases, you get the picture, I increase my therapy as well. What's therapy for me? It's not just counseling. For me, it's intellectual, emotional, and physical therapy. That's what I need to maintain those three things as my workload increases, so I can stay on top of my game and I'm not unreliable or out of employment or in bed for months on end because of the fibromyalgia and the autism and being overstimulated. Those are the things I need to keep up with. And for me, those three things, intellectually, it's the company I keep, making sure that I have stimulating people around me to ask intellectual questions, to make sure that I have a good understanding on what I'm doing, and so I don't feel that situation where I feel so dumb or I'm an idiot, which is PTSD from schooling and the systems that we've been brought into. So having trusted people around me to ask those difficult questions around and not feel judged for, I think it's extremely important. Again, takes time to grow though, and to find those foundations and those community groups. For me, it was in the disability sector where I found people that had common interests with me. For others, it may be an LGBTQ IA plus communities. For others it might be environmental communities, others it may be the gym. It can be in so many different ranges. Physical therapy is gym, stretches, heat packs, acupuncture, massages, seeing a physio every once in a while to make sure that I haven't popped something out of place or something hasn't been fractured. Just doing that every so often to make sure I'm maintaining my physicality really well, and making sure, and also right foods like zinc shots and probiotics and ashwagandha gummies and different things like that. I'm not a medicated neurodivergent. This is why that list is so long, because I want to show an example of how to live as an unmedicated neurodivergent, but that's another story. And my third one is emotional therapy, which I tried psychotherapists, I tried so many other people, and I went there because it was the thing you're supposed to do as someone with mental health, to maintain me, and it was helping a little bit, but I never really felt that when I went to therapy, until I found a lady at a holistic market, another community that you can get involved with if you want to find your people for intellectual stimulation. But I found her, and she's a spiritual medium and has worked with autistic children her whole life as a teacher, and I go to her weekly for the last 6 years, and she keeps me emotionally regulated and helps me understand my way. And she was the only person that didn't tell me how to live, she just let me release and didn't have judgment, which really helped. So if you're a support worker, that is one key thing to do for someone with autism. But anyway, that's how I maintain, and the things I do to maintain long-term employment as a neurodivergent. Again, as I increase my workload, I increase these therapies, but before I could even start thinking about work, I needed to sort out those foundations first.